What do you think's going to happen in the 2024 election?
Oh, I think all hell's going to break loose, and it's going to be another summer of love because Trump's going to win, and the Democrats are going to lose their minds. And they're going to send everybody.
It's going to be a summer of love because
they're going to hurt, and they're going to hurt as many people as possible.
But the election is in the fall.
They're going to send their bad people out. Their Black Lives Matter, their Antifa. Oh, any foreigner that's here that doesn't belong here is going to be sent to your front door.
For the 2024 election, foreigners are going to be sent to your door?
The foreigners are already here, and they're already set up in the phone, and when somebody gives them the okay, they're going to come for us.
Where did you get this information?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's amazing that these are the folks that make up the MAGA base. But Trump's approach to politics makes more and more sense when you see how easily they consume and regurgitate the empty talking points that the former president gives them. It's too easy, so he just dives right in. Facts and figures don't agree with him, so they just avoid all those pesky things and move on.
Sheriff, do you know if within the last year between 2022 and 2023, if there was an increase or decrease in murder and negligent homicide in Tarrant County?
I don't have the numbers in front of me, but it did not increase.
Okay. In fact, it went down by almost 17%. So great job. What about manslaughter by negligence, or we call it criminally negligent homicide?
I believe it also went down.
Yes.
It may be on ticking up at the moment on intoxicated and homicide may be ticking up at the moment in 24.
Okay, well, we had a 56.52% decrease. How about rape?
All those categories we believe went down.
Absolutely.
Sometimes you have to use someone from law enforcement to speak the truth about violent crime in America in hopes of breaking the spell that's been cast on many people's brains. So now that this trusted guy in uniform is confirming the facts that Representative Crockett is blatantly displaying, the next step is to finally point out how the lies have been used to freak people out on immigration that are as reactionary and fearful as that lady in the beginning.
This is at the same time in which we're talking about the migrant community and stoking these fears that they're bringing all of this trauma and this crime and violence to our communities. But when we look at a Texas community, Tarrant County, actually everything has gone down. And I do want to thank you for your service in that way, because it takes a team. It can't just be one thing. It means we've got to have great law enforcement, but we also have to have really good policies, and we honestly need to be honest about the data that we see. So overall, it shows me that sheriff in Tarrant County, all crime was down, is what I can tell from the numbers. And do you know if Dallas County, which is next door, if they had an increase or decrease in overall crime?
I think all of North Texas we saw decreases.
Absolutely.
Every one. And again, Chief Garcia, Chief Neil Noakes, there's some great police work going on in both of those counties.
Absolutely.
The hope was probably that Democrats wouldn't want to even discuss the topic of crime, since so many Americans have been convinced that crime goes up simply because of Democrats in office. But in reality, there's so many more factors that go into why crime goes up and down. And since the conversation has been simply dumbed down to Democrats were elected, some on the left refuse to let those lies become the truth. They can easily play the same game to blame the actual numbers on the guy that uses slogans rather than data to make an argument.
Who was president in 2020 again?
Donald Trump.
Thank you. Now, is it true that under Donald Trump, murder rates surged by 30%, according to data collected by police departments across America, to the highest rate since the 90s?
Yes, absolutely. Surge in the summer of 2020.
And this data was collected by our men and women in police, like the Long Beach Police Department, which I honorably represented and helped support back in my community. Now, since 2020, when we know that President Biden was elected, have violent crime rates increased or fallen?
They've fallen year after year, yes.
In fact, they have fallen dramatically. Is that correct?
And we just have reporting early this fiscal year, or this 2024, that they're continuing to fall.
So crime is at incredibly high levels when Donald Trump is elected, and now overall violent crime has dramatically decreased now that President Biden is in office. Is that correct?
Over the last 4 years, crime has
Thank you. And that's actually data reported by our cop